7 on CNN.
Tonight, there was quite a rebuke from one of the president's closest allies on Capitol Hill, even if she's not framing it that way. We heard from Republican Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene accusing the Trump administration of a bait and switch over the U.S. decision to strike Iran on Saturday night. She wrote in part today, quote, "I spent millions of my own money and traveled the entire country campaigning for President Trump and his MAGA agenda and promises. Only 6 months in, and we are back into foreign wars, regime change, and World War III." As she explained her criticism to my colleague Manu Raju up on Capitol Hill.
It's okay for me to disagree with President Trump. That's perfectly fine. MAGA is not a cult, and I'm entitled to my own opinion. I can support the president at the same time as I say I don't think we should have foreign wars. And I can tell you right now, President Trump doesn't want to stay in a foreign war either.
After tonight's announcement of a ceasefire from President Trump, Congresswoman Greene wrote this: "Thank you, President Trump, for pursuing peace." My source tonight is Republican Congressman Mike Lawler of New York, who is a member of the Foreign Affairs Committee. Congressman, just first on her argument here, do you believe Iranian strikes are what MAGA voters voted for when they elected Donald Trump back into the Oval Office?
Well, Marjorie's certainly entitled to her own opinion. She's not entitled to her own set of facts. And the fact is that President Trump made very clear, both in his first term and again when running for re-election to this second term, that Iran could never have a nuclear weapon. And obviously, they were at the closest point to having a nuclear weapon, and over the past year showed that they were willing to use ballistic missiles on Israel in the hundreds to try and eradicate the state of Israel, wipe out and kill Jews and Americans. Folks have to remember there are over 700,000 Americans that live in Israel at a given time. They are dual citizens. And so this was a very precarious situation. The president did pursue peace. He did try to end Iran's nuclear program through a negotiated settlement. They chose not to. He gave them 60 days, and they failed to come to an agreement. And so ultimately, Israel, in defense of their own country, made a decision, and the president made the right decision, and a constitutional one at that. Under Article 2, he has the authority, and I would just remind all of my colleagues, whether it be Marjorie Taylor Greene and Thomas Massie or Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer and every Democrat calling for President Trump's impeachment, the fact is that Joe Biden and Barack Obama both relied on Article 2, both relied on 2001 and 2002 AUMFs to strike in Syria, in Libya, in Iraq, in Pakistan, during their administrations. President Trump was wholly justified in ending Iran's nuclear program, and whether Marjorie Taylor Greene likes it or not, he fulfilled his commitment to the American people.
And obviously that has been an argument about whether or not he should have come to Congress. You can point to other presidents. I think some people
Congress was notified.
Well, I'm saying
respectfully, Congress was notified.
I'm saying to come to Congress to get authorization to launch strikes, not just to notify them. But on the argument that your colleague Marjorie Taylor Greene is making, when the president says, "God bless Iran," and yesterday wrote, "Make Iran great again," is that something that you subscribe to?
Well, I think all of us want lasting peace in the Middle East. And frankly, over the last 19 months, with what Israel has been able to accomplish with the support of the United States. You have seen Hamas and Hezbollah decimated. You've seen the fall of Assad in Syria. You've seen Iran's air defense system completely obliterated, and their nuclear program on the verge of collapse. And so the fact is, we are actually in a better place today for lasting peace. And hopefully, the Iranian regime will finally wake up to the fact that their operation as the greatest state sponsor of terrorism cannot exist. And either they will recognize that fact and they will seek peace, or they won't. But I think what the president has been able to do in the last 48 hours to not only make a difficult but necessary decision to take out Iran's nuclear facilities, but to broker an actual ceasefire, within 48 hours is pretty remarkable. And frankly, every American should be rooting for success here.
Okay, Congressman, on the goals that the president said on Saturday night of the U.S. strikes, he is insisting today that the nuclear program has been completely destroyed. Obliterated was the word he used on Saturday night. Do you want to see evidence from the administration to back up that claim?
Well, of course, in the coming days and weeks, we are going to get more intelligence and more information about the success of that strike. But the fact is, Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon, and the president took decisive action to end these 3 facilities that they have been using for years to enrich uranium. Obviously, we are going to find out more information in the coming days. But all of us should be recognizing the important step that was taken. It was a necessary step, and I fully support the president's decision here. As chair of the Middle East and North Africa Subcommittee, I was in Israel just 3 weeks ago, meeting with the Prime Minister. I was in Jordan, meeting with King Abdullah. I was in Saudi Arabia, meeting with the Foreign Minister. Everybody agreed Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon, and obviously steps have been taken. And the fact is, and you asked one of the senators this, they would not have come to terms of a ceasefire this quickly had the attack not been successful. And the fact is, had President Trump not made that decision, there is no doubt in my mind we would still be in conflict here.
Congressman Mike Lawler, thanks for your time tonight.
Thank you.
Up next, a few updates for you after this room.